So, welcome to my show, The Genius Code, Gopi sir. It's been an honor, a privilege working with you on your book. I always land up saying I'm the greatest beneficiary of the work because I got to spend time with you, I got to talk to you, I got to watch you, and then capture your life in a book. I tell you, it's been the ride of a lifetime. I have learned like double, triple, and this show is mainly about decoding the genius, decoding the champion mindset. So thank you for coming on it.
Thank you. It's so nice interacting with you. In fact, you normally interact with an author, but typically to interact with somebody who's herself actually kind of imbibed so many of those things is really amazing.
Oh, thank you. You made my day. I'll live a few days longer. And now with the Olympics coming, there is so much excitement, there is so much nervousness, but then look at you, you have this calmness about you, like Yoda from Star Wars. How do you remain so calm? I'm sure there's a lot of pressure under the surface, but how do you be like you are?
Well, for me, from early childhood, I would have actually a lot of pressure and tension. It would be very, very jittery, very finicky about things. But over time, and I've lost a lot of matches. People remember me for the wins, but I and my students have lost a lot of matches, and that sobers you down to the point where you realize that anything might happen. And normally, victories don't need much preparation. You can adapt to victories very well, but failures do need preparation. So you need to be kind of in a space where it's okay even if it fails. And at the end of the day, I've played sport very passionately. And this is 36 years of my life. I've almost every day thought and or played sport. Even if I haven't played, I've thought about it all the time. So it's like with so much of it in your mind, if I were to keep pressurizing myself with a match which comes every few months or every few years also, it's going to be very tough, because although we see it from a badminton perspective or the sport perspective in terms of Olympics, but then I also see it like a month from now, there will be Super Series events back to back. In the end of the year, we have a World Championships. In March, we have Commonwealth. In August, we have the Asian Games, and then the World Championships. And then next year is the Olympic qualification year. So although in times of time zones, we look at, say, 2024, but time just flies, and there is a mission and a project and a project. So it's almost like, okay, so this is done. So when you do it over for maybe 20 years, there's kind of that kind of level where this is part of life. There's nothing to be excited about. This is part of work. So that's where I come from. Yes, there is pressure. There are nights when I don't sleep very well in that sense. Watching matches, rewinding matches, and if I get an idea, then a bit restless to try it out in the morning. So these things do happen. But by and large, I kind of settle to peace with wherever I am.
It's very interesting. I mean, say even the difference between both of us, your voice is so calm and, mine is loud and hyper. So I still have to learn that from you. But I really like what you said, that it's not it. The Olympics is not it. You have so much more to look forward to. There are more matches. The vision is bigger. And I think what happens commonly in other professions is that is it. You don't know the vision beyond that. That was an all end. And therefore, there is a lot of pressure. They haven't put the next benchmark or the next milestone. So I think, that is an amazing thing to have as a mindset for a sports person.
I think possibly if this was, say, 2008 or 12 Olympics, maybe it was a little more pressure point, and you could have maybe seen the difference. But when I look at things now, say 10 years from then on, when we won our first medal at the Olympics, to now, I think you just see life as a larger thing, in the sense we won multiple awards or wins at World Championships and Olympics, and then you see multiple players performing. So you really, for me, the entire story is when you're successful to put up a system But you also know that a system is never put up really, although you really want to, and think that when you build the next place, or when you produce the next player, or when you put up, I think challenges do keep coming. So you have to live with the fact that there's never going to be peace around in circumstances. So you might as well make peace with yourself and kind of figure a way of working out.